You know, I really do think we'll see a pretty modest rebound initially next year in exports, but over time we will definitely trend a lot higher than where we've been over the past year. We're good at exports. We've got the great infrastructure with the Mississippi that allows us to export it. We're much better at and more efficient at exporting grain than anybody else. Even though they may have the quantities increasingly in recent years, we really have the infrastructure and the logistics to make it happen at a more economic level. And so I think we are naturally going to bounce back. But really, given the size of our domestic usage requirements, exports are going to have to kind of come last in terms of the way that we think about allocating our crop. And so it makes sense that we do dip off whenever we do have serious crop problems like we did last year. But whenever we have some to spare, we're definitely going to be able to sell it. And I think we'll see next year a lot stronger exports than we have this past year.
There's a current export story going on with Argentina, U.S. corn buyers bringing in that Argentine corn. And it really does look like they have a lot cheaper U.S. corn. How long will this continue if we have tight corn supplies through July or August?
Well, you know, when you think about the big commercial users of corn, they have, you know, weekly or daily requirements for corn that they really need to take care of. And so it's pretty interesting that they have the capability to reach overseas and to draw corn from other continents. But that shows a pretty sophisticated user base, and I think that'll take place until we get the new crop come through September at the earliest, obviously, this year. But we're going to see some imaginative solutions come to the fore here, which is pretty creative on the user part, but it keeps those guys in business. And if you're a corn grower, that's actually good news, because the alternative is for them to shut back on production and consumption of whatever it is, maybe it's meat production. What you really want them to do is to be able to stay in the game until fresh US corn supplies are available, and then they'll obviously use that instead, as long as the price makes sense.